Howdy folks, Rebecca and Hunter here, and welcome to my top 100 games of all time after party. Woo! So thank you for sticking it through the whole time with us and commenting on our page and watching the show. It's been pretty awesome to chat with you guys and everything. And so the purpose for the after party this time, I thought for something a little different, is I was going to talk about my statistics that I found over the last year on Board Game Geek, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the statistics on our YouTube channel, which is something that is also pretty new for us. So it's kind of interesting because on the, well, I'll kind of get started on that. So on the there's more. There's more. But wait.
I am going to request excuses why certain games are not in our top 100.
Oh, bring it. Oh, it's going to be like that. It's one of those videos.
Yes.
Aren't you glad you stuck around? It's not just a calm, tidy little video.
So we're going to have stats and angst.
So we start with the angst or the stats?
Let's see. Let's go with your play stats first.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay. So, for those of you that don't know, I've only mentioned it casually a couple of times, but I started faithfully logging every single play of games that I played on the little Board Game Geek app, and I didn't put, like, who I played and how long. I didn't do any of that. I just put that I played that game so I could see just the variety of games that I played, how many times I played games and things like that, just out of curiosity. But I did that for a solid year. And so my grand total, you ready for this, of games, the total plays I had for the year 2016 is 591 games.
Now you need to clarify that.
Yes. Now, first and foremost, you should also know about me. As up until August of 2016, I was a stay-at-home mom. So many of those plays, as when I go into detail, were multiple games of the same game over and over and over and over with the youngster.
What kind of games were there?
A lot of them were kid games.
Yes.
I told you I was an omni gamer. I was not kidding. I play everything. Multiple times.
True.
So, a typical month for me, for example. Oh, let's see here. Actually, before I get into that, let's see. My lowest month, which I'm not really sure why, oddly enough, was October. Oh, I started teaching.
Yes.
That was why. I had 16 whopping games that entire month, which if you look at my maximum, my biggest month was December, and I had 86 games. So, big swing there.
Well, October, I think, if I recall, well, obviously you were doing the school thing, but I think we did like a couple of camping trips.
We did a lot of family stuff.
We did a lot of family trips on the weekends, so we weren't doing a lot of weekend gaming.
Yeah, because it was either surviving teaching or family stuff to help survive teaching.
Yep.
It was all kind of wrapped up there. So yeah, so I only had like 16 games then, but then we whooped it up during Christmas break, man, and 86 games, we cranked them out.
Yep.
So
well, we had a lot of new games.
We did. And July, which we had the Dice Tower Con and Summer of Summerness, I came pretty close. I got 74 plays in that month. So not too shabby. And there's a lot of new games we played in July.
Yep.
So it was kind of interesting. And let's see, the other convention that was pretty big, February was when we went to Falls Con, right?
No, March.
Was it March?
Yeah.
Oh, March is lower. That's interesting. February, we played a lot of games.
We only played 3 or 4 games at Falls Con.
That's true.
Because we had to learn the rules. And
That's true. We learned a bunch of new games. Yep. It's kind of interesting. It is kind of interesting how the month's laid out. But anywho, so there's that. And then, yes, my month, like I printed up December just to look out of curiosity, but I had 21 plays of Hi-Ho Cheerio. 21 plays. You should be amazed that I'm not in a straitjacket as we speak. But then, after those and, oh, hey.
You got a misprint.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way I played Blood Bowl 11 times.
You played it 1. That's why December was so high. You got a misprint.
I have so take 10 off of that. I was going to say, there's no way. Yeah. But, yeah, and Feed the Kitty, I definitely did play that 5 times. I may have played that 15 times, actually. So I'm sure it all balances out.
Does it?
Yes. But then I have games like Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, or Feast for Odin. I have these games, and I have these games. I really have, like, Mystic Vale to My First Bonanza. viticulture to super tooth. You know, I mean, it was kind of interesting to look at the really wide variety. Oh, and you know what? That was kind of interesting too. I had some games like Apples to Apples and Scattergories because I actually played word games with my students. Both for my reading students that are like struggling with reading and also my creative writing students because it's fun to come up with synonyms and things like that. So we played them for different reasons. It was kind of fun to play the same games for completely different reasons and go through that. So I even got some plays in while I was working. That was kind of cool. So December was kind of an interesting hodgepodge. But then, yes, so my plays... BGG, if you go to Board Game Geek, you can do all sorts of fun things with your stats. They have what they call the 5 and dimes, and they keep track of how many times you played certain games and things like that. And so up in the top of my list, I have Hi Ho Cherry-O. I know that's all shocking, everyone. Tumbling Dice, Pitch Car. The girls really love Pitch Car, and so does Hunter. And again, it's kind of ironic that we brag about my third place thing because I'm horrible at it at home. They usually school me, but they love to play it over and over and over. And then we have our 18 plays of Pandemic Legacy. That was pretty awesome.
Some people consider that one play, though.
But it's not one play.
It's not one play
because that was like a whole weekend of... I can't call that... I can't consciously call that one play.
You're playing 18 games.
Because you can stop that right there and say, okay, we're done for the night, and you don't have any... That's a play.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no going back. Coconuts is high up on the list. And Outfoxed, Super Tooth. But Biblios and Splendor, two of my go-to games, those were really high up.
And this is for all of 2016.
This is for just 2016, from January 1st to December 31st of 2016. Hungry, Hungry Hippos. But right below that is Spyfall. So just so you know, I keep I play a little bit of everything. Terror in Meeple City is a huge family hit. That was also my first column of high plays. Ink and Gold. And then you've probably heard me... and Star Realms, of course. Of course. It'd be higher if I had my way. And then Tales and Games, I think we talked about The Hare and the Tortoise before. And that game does get a lot of play. It was pretty high up. But then, when I get into the nickel plays, as they call them, I have some more... I can't say real games. That's kind of not fair. But adult games and stuff.
Strategic games?
Strategics, yes. Like Castles of Mad King Ludwig, one of those that I really love. Trekking the National Parks, Fauna, Welcome to the Dungeon, Paperback, Viticulture, which another one that we'd play more if we could. Coup, Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, Mystic Vale, Marco Polo, surprisingly. We played quite a bit of that last year. I didn't realize how many plays we got of that in. Roll for the Galaxy, Stockpile. But then I still have, Camel Up and Camp. I think you might have seen that one on some of the other videos. It's just a roll and move game, but it's
trivia.
It's trivia, but it's all like wildlife and camping trivia and things like that.
And it has levels.
And it's leveled, yeah. It's tiered by age and knowledge. So like Nessa's on level 1 right now. Actually, she's kind of getting to be level 2, and Katie's level 3 now. It's pretty cool, and we're level 4. It's got 4 levels.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, really? Hunter's at a 3 still.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
No.
But it was kind of interesting.
Although there is a lot of Latin questions.
There are some. They're like, what's this animal? Here's the Latin name for it. And of course that's fun. But yes, I still have Connect 4, Best Treehouse Ever, Feed the Kitty, Rhino Hero. There's still a bunch of those games still in my nickel plays, but you start to see some of our games that we really love creep up into those numbers. So that was kind of interesting. And some people, I think, this is one of those things where it's a personal preference. Like, you quit logging your stuff
Yeah,
for a
I got
while.
tired of doing it. I'm done logging my plays.
I probably will keep just doing what I did because it doesn't take that long for me to click it on my phone. Most of the time, though, like we noticed the Blood Bowl thing, something jinky happened with the plays on that. So every once in a while, it's kind of buggy. You have to go back and check it, but I think that's the only blatant error I saw printing out my report.
So you have 581 plays.
Yes. Although, like I said, I'm sure that there were probably 10, 20 random plays of Super Tooth somewhere that I just gave up logging because I was done. Or Tumbling Dice.
Yeah, although I think what I want to start doing, and this is kind of an aside to this, is I want to I'm seeing a lot of other channels, not to really copy what they're doing, but to do a kind of a spin-off of what they're doing is do a month in review.
That'd be interesting.
And talk about the new games we played, the games we purchased, if we happen to sell and get rid of any games,
Gotcha,
maybe
yeah,
why we
yep,
got rid of the games, the games that our favorite games we played that month, even if it isn't new to us. Just
that would be cool because
kind of like they do,
like the weekend review thing, but like Dice Tower does, but do it on a monthly.
No,
kind of thing,
the
maybe?
weekend reviews were reviews. I mean, it's more like
that's true.
It's more like the game of the month blown up into a full-blown kind of discussion about the month.
That'd be cool.
That'd
be cool.
I don't know why I got off on that tangent.
No, because we were talking about stats and keeping them and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm not going to keep stats, but what I was thinking about doing is just keeping a list of what I played in the month, and then after I make the video, then I have basically a record of what I played that month, and move on to the next video, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I may keep, just because I've kind of gotten in the habit now of vlogging my plays. Like, to me, okay, it doesn't matter that I spent 45 minutes playing this game. In fact, I might cry if I actually logged some of that. But how many hours I spent playing Hi-Ho Cheerio. But the just logging the fact that I played it. That'd be kind of fun. I think I may keep doing this, and that's easier for me to pull up, and then I could do what you were talking about.
It makes you easy. You have a list of everything.
Well, and I remember, like, this one here, it says December, and then it shows a play of diamonds. I remember in December that we taught my parents to play that. So I don't need to log that in there. To me, I remember that. I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal that I log every little tiny detail in there. I think it takes too much time. But to go and click on it.
Some people like to know how long games take to play and things like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think it's a personal preference thing. So, I don't know. See what you like to do. I think it's handy, and I'm sure there's other websites that do similar things out there, but BGG just has everything in one place. I think it's pretty awesome for that.
Okay, so before we move on to channel stuff, let's circle back to your list.
Okay.
And I need reasons.
Reasons. Okay.
I need reasons. Now, there's a lot of games on my top 100 that she didn't mention for the main reason being that she hasn't played them. Because there's a handful of games I've played that she hasn't played.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
So I wouldn't want to discuss like Twilight Imperium 3 or anything like that. But I would discuss games that we've played that just happen to not be on your list.
Okay.
So I selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games.
Okay.
And so in order to zip through these, you only get like 10 words.
Okay.
You only get like 10 words to reason why it isn't on your list.
Okay.
And I'm going to cut you off if you go too far. This was her after party. About that I took it over there for a second.
Whatever.
All right, here we go. Number 1. It was my number 15, Sheriff of Nottingham.
I suck at lying. That's 4.
I think that just did like 4 more of these games then. You suck at lying. She does. If you ask her a direct question and really ask her, she'll turn red, and it's funny.
Yeah, if I'm tired, I can't pull it off.
All right, so okay, we'll move on.
It's not happening.
All right, so is that the same reason that Salem wasn't on your list? My number 36.
I want to play that more.
I thought you really liked that one.
I like that one a lot. I want to play it more, though. I'm not...
We played it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, but I want to play it more because we played... What was the... I thought there was something that we... I don't know. I want to play it again. Yeah, no. It's Salem. I'm thinking along the lines of Salem. Sorry, I was trying to think of what... How do I explain? A
lot more than 10 words.
Sorry. You want the real deal. This one, it might make it on there. I don't know. I would prefer... I enjoy watching other people while we're playing the social deduction games. For some reason, with the exception of, like, Deception. And Salem may get up there the more we play it. Because I really found I was really starting to get into that.
See, but Spyfall made your list, and that's more directly confrontational than Salem is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that one might... Yeah, that may swap the more we play it because I want to play that more.
Okay.
But I do love Salem.
Next up is my number... That Salem was 36 if I didn't say. My number 56, Shadows over Camelot.
I wonder if that one shows that I own it, because I enjoyed that game a lot. I enjoyed playing it. I don't have my list with me, but I'd have to look and see. That may be one of those that for some reason doesn't show up as owned, because I would think that that would be on my list.
Okay.
So that one, see, and I'm kind of curious about Salem now too, because you're right.
You like that
I'm
one better than
starting to get
Spyfall?
to where I'm liking that better than Spyfall. The more I think about it, because I was like, that one does make me feel more comfortable. Because you don't, in Salem, you don't directly
You don't have to
confront. It's like it's not in your face. Because I mean, Spyfall, you're like, so how's the weather there today?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're like right there, and you have to answer right away, or people are like, you're the spy, and it gets crazy.
Well, Salem,
but Salem's so
conceivably,
subtle.
you conceivably not speak at all.
Yeah.
You just play cards.
Yeah.
You can say you could. I mean, it would be boring to play that way, but
Not necessarily, because if you, I don't know, if you did that up right.
All right, so
yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Moving
check
on.
Those.
This one blew my mind. My number 60, Ink and Gold.
That one is like right off. It's like 101.
But you always put it on your top list. You always talk about it.
I know,
but
if remember when I ranked the games too, this one's starting to get played out for me, but it's such a go-to because everybody really gets into that game. But for me, that's not going to be my first pick anymore for me.
You most likely like it because it's a good game to teach non-gamers and stuff,
it is,
right?
and everybody gets into it, and then from there, they're really enjoying the game. And I enjoy playing it a lot, but I have played so many
you probably played
games
that game
of Ink and Gold
5 times as much as I have.
Yeah, I've played that so much because I've taught students and people, and yeah.
All right, moving on. My number 68, Cash and Guns, 2nd edition.
I don't know. I enjoy that game, but it's so dang random. I think, honestly, it's probably right there, if I remember right, on my list with Ink and Gold. It's in my, like, top 100 to 110. It's right there. It's just, it's very random.
I always have a lot of fun with it.
We have a lot of fun with it. But that's the thing. That's what's so rough. Because it's not on my top 100 to make it sound like I hate the game.
Well, no, we've played 1,000 games, so.
Yeah, I mean, so that's not the case at all, but I would think, it's like I had to draw the line somewhere, and that one is, again, it's so random. I enjoy playing it, but, like, I would probably pick something else.
All right,
So.
Moving onward. Number 70, Jamaica.
That wasn't on my list? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't on your list.
Where's he going? You running away? Oh, do you have my list? Oh, look at you. Give me that. That's only one sheet. That may be in my... Oh, you know what? I only printed my top 100.
I'm pretty sure it's not on your list. I double checked.
That may be in my top... one. Give me this. I think it's mine. Let's see. That may be one because I've played it more. And
yeah, but you always seem to enjoy that one.
I do enjoy that one. No, it's a fun game. It's a blast. That may be in my top... I have to look at my list, but I'm positive that's on there. It's probably just in my 101 to 110. I think you're just nailing all of my...
All right, onward.
That's rough.
My number 76.
I have a lot of good games that were right there. I was having trouble cutting
My 76, Mysterium.
Mysterium's hit or miss with me. Because if you have somebody that's
but you ranked a lot of your games, well, not a lot. You ranked a few of your games on your list because the girls liked it so much, and that's a family favorite to play.
That is, but like when they're having trouble with it, that's a painful game to get through.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They do pretty good with it.
Yeah, they do.
And Katie did great as the ghost at one time.
Actually, she didn't do too badly. No, that one I'll have to look. I think you're nailing all of my like 101s to 110 to be honest.
Next on my list, 83. Welcome to the Dungeon.
That one I know is in my like top one. If it's not on here, it's just off my list because it's such a little.
I'm pretty sure I double checked these.
Okay. Oh no, that's Dungeons. That's D&D Dice Masters. Yeah. That one's fun, but it's just a little, like, silly. Like, that game, oh my gosh. I can't play that game well if I'm tired because I can't keep track. So I guarantee that's just off the hundreds list because of that. And I'm sure it's lower than the other ones you've mentioned. I bet it's like a 110, 112 because I love that game. But if I'm not on my game, that game just, I'm like, I might as well not even be here because I stink at
I'm not
it.
really sticking with my 10-word rule.
No, you're not. Well, sorry.
Onward. My number 91, Medieval Academy.
I like that one, but there's so many more games that are more solid that I put above them on the list.
Okay.
I swear you're nailing like my next 10 down.
I think we already kind of discussed this one because I was shocked that my number 97, Jaipur.
Oh, that one, wasn't that the one that I looked? Yeah, that one, that was so not cool. Somehow I hadn't clicked that as owned, that we owned the game on Board Game Geek, and I did a printout of my report with only games we owned, because those would be the only games that I've played twice or more.
Where do you think it would have landed? Because I know that's one of your favorites.
I love Jaipur. Jaipur would easily... Oh, it'd be above Biblios, so it'd be in the probably high 40s, low 50s, I'd say. At least, because I think it'd be right around in there. I love Jaipur. Yeah, I'd probably put it in the 40s. Looking at my 40s. I love Jaipur.
And last but not least, what about Twilight Imperium 3?
Well, I haven't had the opportunity to play that because, unlike others, haven't been out on random gaming things for like 8 hours at a time required to play that game.
I've only played it twice, and we didn't finish either time.
That doesn't
But
matter.
I won both times.
Oh my gosh. Can you really claim that?
We ended.
You did. All right. I'll give you that.
I was tied in the other game. One game I destroyed. The other game I was tied. It was a three-way tie.
It's ridiculous.
We played a massive map, and it was a terrible. Mistakes were made. We played like a humongous map, and we were like 7 hours in, and we just started fighting each other.
Oh my gosh. That's a big map.
So we had, I think we
crazy.
called it, and it was a three-way tie. I think we had 6 points out of 10.
That's funny.
The other game that I played at BGG Con in
had
15, I had like 8 and everybody else had 2. So they said, okay, we're done.
And you have that one, yeah.
Although
Yeah,
I was
funny.
not in a very good position. I could have very well lost it, but it would have took another 6 hours for them to do it because I kind of fanned out and grabbed up a bunch of victory points. And my military wasn't as strong as everyone else's.
So someday, when I have like the massive amounts of time, actually, it'll probably be just when the kids are a little bit older. Honestly,
I think eventually what's going to happen is we'll go to a con and not have kids to worry about.
Yeah, because they'll be doing their own thing. They'll be playing their own games or whatever. And when that happens, then I'll be playing that.
All right, so
that's all that is.
I put it in my notes as my 100 that didn't make it.
Well, there's a reason. No, I think a lot of them, honest and for true, like what you nailed, were my next on the list that just dropped off. Because,
except for Jaipur.
Yeah, Jaipur. Poor Jaipur. No love for Jaipur. Jaipur bumped off. What was my 100? But yeah, Jaipur is awesome and it should be on there. Actually, they're all really solid games. I mean, they're on his list. They're just off mine because of reasons. So... Anywho,
all right,
that is that. So the next thing is, am I doing the?
Yeah, we're going to talk about next is channel stats, and for those of you that don't have a YouTube channel, there's analytics you can go in. You can look and you can see all kinds of things like views and how many minutes people watch. Not specific people, obviously, but like in total.
Stalker.
How long do they watch your videos on average? What countries they're from, gender, just kind of statistics for the channel. I've always found them interesting, but we never really discussed them. And some of these things just completely blow my mind. And I'll let Rebecca drive the car on this one.
Well, to me, I don't know. I find this endlessly fascinating because when I was in high school or whenever you want to look at this, I would never have imagined. I mean, we got excited about 28.8 like megabytes per second or whatever.
Bits.
Oh, it was bits? That's right, it was bits. You guys have no idea how easy you have it these days. I'm just saying. But, I mean, we get excited about that.
Both ways in the snow?
Seriously. Uphill, both ways in the snow. But no, I mean, just even looking at Board Game Blender and saying, okay, we're submitting a video and we're sending it to Florida at the same time as someone from Estonia is sending a video to Florida,
right.
And someone from Germany or the Netherlands or Britain or Canada or wherever they happen to be, and they're all compiled by one person and then sent out into the ether, and anybody in the world can watch them, and they're all together. I mean, that's... I think a lot of people just take that for granted anymore because it's so common, but if you really think about it, it's insane. So it's neat to look at these analytics, and at first glance you're kind of like, it is kind of creepy that they're tracking everything you do, but at the same time it's really neat to peek at some of these things. So, you printed the lifetime. Okay, cool. So we started the channel November 25th in 2015. And so that goes up.
Well, if you look at our channel, it actually has like a 2006 date.
Yeah, but that was just.
But that was my own personal channel that I just used to watch videos. Yeah. I reloaded the first video on November 25th.
Yeah, we actually started doing stuff. And so now, as of when you printed this.
This is as of February 4th.
Okay, so you did print it up to that. Okay. So our total watch time, this is crazy. Total watch time. So how long people have been watching, doesn't matter what video or anything. 355,000 minutes. 892, I should say. Those aren't just something to sneeze at. 892 more.
Which I mean, compared to bigger channels, that's nothing.
No, but it's...
But to us, that's just mind-boggling. That people have watched. And what's funny is that it doesn't show it here, but you can hover over it and it shows you, and it's like... 1 year. It shows that. Wow. It shows you how long it was in total, and that's really crazy.
Cool. And then on average, it looks like people are spending about 9 minutes and 13 seconds per watch on the video, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, that's a mixture of things. That's a mixture of people just watching part of it and shutting it off, obviously. But it's also, some of our videos are only like 3 minutes long, 2 minutes long, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting to see how that averages out in the grand scheme of things. And then total views as of February 4th, 2017. Total views, so that's people clicked on and watched a video 38,585 times. That's just our channel.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
It's really cool to see the numbers for that. And we're at the point now where it's really fun to look at some of these things. Like now we're up to 567 subscribers.
Well, as of February 4th.
Yeah, as of February 4th.
We're at 578 now, I think.
Yeah, so. It just comes in leaps and bounds. And what I think's cool too is that you guys are really awesome and chatted up with us and stuff. There's 600. Of course, now I know some of those are your
about
replies.
half of them are mine.
So about half of them are because you reply to everybody.
Right.
But still, 664 comments with Chatterbox over here. So that's really cool. That's a lot of comments and banter back and forth, and that's really cool.
Yeah, but we got 19 dislikes.
Yeah, as opposed to our 1,281 likes. I think we're okay. I care. I don't care if you hit like or not. That's so fickle. You could just go and randomly click dislike on random video. That's meaningless to me. But
it's meaningful to me.
Well, go cry about your 19 then. Look at that. Way to go, trolls. You trolled Hunter. Okay.
Do this one first.
This one?
Gotta brag about your videos.
I don't... See, okay. Well, I think it's interesting. Is this my old one?
That's your old one, yes.
Okay. So, a year ago, when I did my top 10 board games of all time, apparently that struck a chord or something, because that's our top viewed video period right now.
Right.
And it's it's still several thousand above our next watched video right now.
Yeah, but our 2016 video is
skyrocketing.
Rocketing.
It's really interesting. But yeah, my top 10 from last year is at almost 6,000 views, which is awesome. I mean, we were just still kind of making these and learning how to do the videos, and the production is nothing like what we do.
We're still using our iPhone.
We're still using the iPhone and stuff. So it'll be curious to see how this year's does versus that one.
Yeah.
For everything. But then our top 10 board games of 2016, man, you guys really like that one because it's almost to 2,500 views.
Yeah, and it came out a month and a half ago.
And I just find that interesting too, because I mean we've got 567 subscribers, but we've got 2,500 views on that one video. So that's really cool. I mean, it sounds like somebody's sharing it somewhere or something. So thank you. That's really cool. And then right below that is Hunter's top 10 board games of all time. And that one...
My horrendously horrible
we laughed
video.
about this so much.
I debated removing it from the
what
channel.
cracks me up is originally you didn't even post it on our channel. You just kind of posted it on a whim because he was just doing it to test the equipment.
I was testing to see if the iPhone would work. I was testing to see if how to load a video.
Yeah, and we're testing how to like talk to the camera. I mean, all of it. It was totally just goofing around basically, and so the video quality.
And Rebecca
was
wasn't there to help me with my numbers, so
yeah. So he's like, and he's looking off at his board he'd written on, and
yeah, I didn't even put the board behind the camera. It's like off this way.
Yeah, so he's like,
so I'm looking off this direction half the time.
It's hilarious, but we laugh about that. It's our third most watched video.
Yeah.
So please go watch this newest one. Come on now. But it's pretty cool. A lot of our top 10s. Then after that, it's like a slew of top 10s, and then your newest top 10 board games of all time is starting to creep up there now. It's almost at 1,000. It's creeping up there. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool. And then obviously, our top geography is the United States. Duh. So
we'll go on that. You got a whole sheet about that.
Yeah, I've got a whole thing about that. We'll talk about that in a minute. Gender, this is still
it kind of boggles my mind. I mean, I understand the hobby is skewed male, but we're equal partners in this. So I would think we would have a higher. I'm curious what the ratio is for other channels, because what we're talking about is that we're 87% male, 13% female views.
But okay, first of all, there's still just flat out there's more males in board gaming than females, just period. So that's going to be higher because of that. And then, okay, I know I'll probably like irritate people, but I mean, there's girly girl gamers. There's not girly girl gamer. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like a tomboy gamer. So I mean, how many that are like girly gamers sit and do the videos and watch the videos? I don't know that there's as many. I think there's a lot of different types of female gamers. I don't know how many would be into...
I don't know if I would categorize them that way, but yeah, there's those that are hardcore gamers, and there's those that are just, playing to be social and things like that.
Yeah, like a social, like a lighthearted, like play the lighter games.
Those people aren't going to watch reviews.
They're not going to watch videos.
They're going to watch top 10s and things like that.
I mean, if I only played the light games, I probably wouldn't even watch Dice Tower much, because they do the whole gambit. So I would think, I don't know, that doesn't surprise me as much, just because...
Yeah, I'm curious what the other channels are like.
Because I think a lot of I don't know, but some females probably do some research and stuff too.
Yeah, some.
But I don't know how many look to videos for researching yet. It seems like it's still new enough that
maybe they're more likely to just go in the store and maybe ask questions and talk to people and things like that.
Yeah, because there's still a lot of people that prefer to go in and shop. I mean, honestly,
I don't know.
But it's kind of curious. It's kind of interesting. So, and then
that's about it. We can switch to the next one.
The last one was kind of cool too. This is the one that always fascinates me. Is like what countries are watching the videos. And of course the United States is first, and then Canada, and then the United Kingdom, and Germany, Netherlands, Sweden, Australia, Denmark, Belgium, Spain, Lithuania, Mexico, France, Brazil, Singapore, Poland, Romania, Finland. There's a lot in Europe. Europe's like super big board games, but then Philippines and Hong Kong. I don't know, it's just interesting as the numbers come through. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. This is too cool. Good point.
This is my favorite stat of our entire channel.
There are 120 countries that have watched our videos.
120 countries.
120
blows my mind.
countries have been checked in watching our tiny little channel.
120 countries.
So I would like to see like a big channel stats for something like that then. Do they have some in Antarctica? I want a view from Antarctica. That's amazing.
Tom went over his. I don't remember what he didn't go into too much detail with it, but yeah, he mentioned it. But yeah, I mean, but if you look, I mean, we have 120 countries, but if you look at the top...
Oh gosh, if we...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top 5
they do the majority, yeah.
Is what? 50...
Oh yeah, it's probably what?
58, 66... 60,
70-some%.
About almost 70% of our videos.
Oh yeah, I mean the last countries at the bottom of that list were probably like, oops, wrong video.
Some of those countries that we're counting are like 5 seconds.
Yeah, they're probably like 5 seconds or something.
What language are they speaking? And they turn it off.
Hey, whatever, it counted. YouTube, it was on long enough for YouTube to count them. Gosh darn it!
Yeah.
So no, it's kind of cool just to see. What a cool digital age. I don't know. It's just kind of fascinating to share that with you.
Yeah, I mean,
it really
is crazy that anyone...
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, if you had a pen pal in a foreign country,
you write them a letter and
month later... 3
weeks or a month later, they get the letter and then they write back.
And you get so excited about that. And now you can just...
We post a video and anyone in the world can watch it instantly.
Yeah, so it was really fun to go and look at all those different views and... see that, and it's neat to see.
Come on, Grease, you're slacking.
That's right, Grease, catch up. No. But no, it's really fun, and it's cool to see that there are more females in gaming. And for me, like probably the most fun with that too is when we go to the conventions, and we've had so many couples show up and be like, "Oh my gosh, it's so cool that there's somebody else out there who likes to play games like we do, and we like to play the same kind of games."
There's a lot of couple channels popping up here and there. I mean, we obviously weren't the first, and we're not definitely
gonna be last.
Definitely not the only. But
no, but I think that's cool.
I think it's helpful for couples to watch our channel because they know what games work and what don't work, right? We're not going to talk about a game that doesn't work for two people, right?
Not usually. I mean there's occasionally
a handful like Spyfall and things that you can't play two player, but any of the games behind us that play two players, I mean, we like them.
Yeah, we don't keep the games we don't like, which is why when we're arguing about whether it's a 99 or a 110 game, that's kind of silly in a way because. I mean, obviously we like them quite a bit. But no, I think it's really cool, and it's really fun to see that there are, and that's another thing I think skews that stat now that I'm thinking about it too. It's like, I watch a lot of videos just with you.
I didn't think about that. Yeah,
we have a lot of couples. I honestly think there's probably a lot more females watching too that just watch as a couple.
I didn't even think that because the owner of the channel is what it's going to register as. It obviously doesn't ask you, are you female when you go in to watch a video,
are you watching with anyone else today?
And in fact, when you set up your profile, I wonder if you can not select a gender,
I can't remember
if it'll default to male. That's curious. That's curious.
Yeah, it might. I ought to check mine and see. I'm not sure.
But anyway,
it was kind of cool. There's just a lot of different little facts and things that we threw out there, and it's a lot of different data and stuff. But for those of you that are interested in that, I thought it was kind of fun to.
I thought mine was stat heavy. Oh my gosh.
Nah.
She statted the stat person.
I did.
So one last thing before we go. Let's do some housekeeping. I've been trying for like a year to get our channel on Board Game Links. They finally, I guess a few weeks ago, updated it for 2017. And we're on there. So if you like our channel and you're one of our super fans, or if you're not a super fan, if you just want to just help us out, go to Board Game Links. I think it's boardgamelinks.com, and hunt us down. There'll be a link in this video down in the linky area at the bottom.
That's the technical term,
and
folks.
Click on that and give us a like, and it's like free out. It's basically free advertising. It takes
that's cool.
few seconds of your time, and then it puts us on there. And so eventually, or maybe it's already set up to do that, because I don't know if we loaded a video since they've set it up, but when we do a new video, it puts a link to the video in our little place. So
cool. Okay.
So it's like free advertising. If you bump us up towards the top of the list, it's a way to kind of help out the channel by giving us a like if you like our stuff.
That's awesome.
If you don't like our stuff, you don't got to do it.
Give it a thumbs down, make Hunter cry. I'm just kidding. I'm just totally kidding. But yeah.
So that is it.
Oh, I thought you had something else you wanted to announce. Were you wanting to put that on here?
Well, we can do it on this video. Really, I was going to do it on the live update.
But you know what? We should reward the people that pay attention.
We'll reward the people that are watching this video who made it all the end. First off, you get a gold star. Second off, we are going to the Dice Tower 30-hour live game marathon this month. We're going to be there. I think it's airing February 23rd and 24th. It starts Thursday morning, goes all the way until late Friday evening, I believe. We won't be there the whole time. There's a good 12 or so of us that are going to be there playing games.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're not going to be playing all the time, but we're going to be playing some of those games. So if you want to, a lot of people that watch us are Dice Tower fans, so you'll see it anyway. But if you're not a Dice Tower person and you have no clue about this marathon thing, they run a game marathon. They start playing games live, and they just go and go and go and go and go until it ends. 36 hours later, they a couple breaks in there for meals. But
that's it.
Other than that, there is non-stop gaming, and we'll be a part of that. We are so excited. We are looking forward to that trip for multiple reasons, but mainly to play games.
That's right. And Rob Warren, if you're watching,
it's on, Rob. Me, Rebecca, you, some kind of fighty game.
Yep.
Not a real
no
fight.
No sissy bowling game this time. It's not happening. Take you out.
There you go. There's a little bonus. We're also gonna do a live update here soon in the next few days, I think, and we'll talk about it and we answer questions. We can tell you what we know. We have no idea what games we're playing. We have no idea when we're going to be playing. We just know we're going to be there and we're going to be playing games.
Fully caffeinated. So yes, well, thank you again so much for joining us for the Top 100 and for the after party, and we'll see you around.